What's up guys, Joel here with Team Max Kingdom, bringing you a deck profile today of Luard. This is the new team of Team Max Kingdom, and I wanted to show you guys a brand new deck from the newest set. And Luard is the newest deck. So I'm gonna explain my card choices and a little bit of some of the effects of why they're at that number, and probably some combos that you guys could do in the near future. But as of right now, I just want to showcase what I got for you. So as you guys saw, your starter is Conrad. Conrad is one of the best starters, actually if not the best starter for Shadow Paladins at the moment. What he does is he has 6 benefits off of it, and he's not GB restricted, he's not Revenger restricted. He lets you draw a card, lets you look at the top card and decide whether it goes top or bottom. He gives a unit +5 if you have a face-up card in your G-Zone, and on top of that he moves into the soul. Which this deck really does need. It needs a lot of soul, or not a decent amount of soul, just so effects go off. So you play 1 of him. As for the grade 3s, obviously you play 4 Luard. Luard being the newest Shadow Paladin grade 3 out. He is really good because of his ritual skill that you get to stride for free if you're at ritual 3. And his on stride skill is pretty good too. Counterblast 1, retire unit, call 2 grade 1s or less from your deck. A really good card. As for the other grade 3, we play 3 Knight of Serial Blade Dameron. He is really decent. I know a lot of people still play Death Spray, or people playing Diablo. I do want to play Diablo, but as of right now, how my build is, I really like this card because he does control the board and he can set up for the Diablo play, which is the Phantom Blaster Diablo play, that is. On top of that, he's a 13k that could dry your opponent's rear guards, which is cool. Grade 2s, we play 4 Morfessas. Morfessa, the best grade 2 in this deck because she pressures your opponent to guard, and if that's at ritual 3, she gains +5,000, makes her 14k by herself. And on top of that, if she hits, you counterblast 1 and call a grade 1. Now, what makes her second skill her second skill is what makes her the best one, and that's in drop zone at GB1. This card is counted as a grade 1, so easy ritual if this card's in the drop zone. Next up, we play 3 assist Owler Maginis, however you say it. She's really good because she's a permanent 10k base that I did not. At first, I wasn't sure about playing her, but with her being a permanent 10k base, makes her really good. And then it pressurizes your opponent to kind of attack them. If your opponent does not play a control deck, it's gonna force them to attack this. Otherwise, you have a free 10k shield because when it intercepts against +5,000. So this is actually the only special interceptor that I know that is really good. Up next, we play 2 Knight of Brawn, Groswin. Groswin is a decent card if you call a grade 1 or less, basically a grade lower than this card, which is its actual text. It gains +3,000 and it could stack. And then let's just say this is on the board, you have no other rear guards, and then you have Luard, and you stride into Drag Driver. This card gets a insanely amount of power. Next, we still play, or I play 1 Direct Owler. She just helps with ritual setup, and as a good interceptor, as well as so does Nemen. I play 1 of her. For an early counterblast, discard setup ritual by discarding grade 1, or Morfessa, and then draw 2 for that hand advantage. So that's why I play Nemen. I know sometimes people were like, "Oh, what if you have to ride her?" Riding her does suck, but I've never had to ride her yet. So knock on wood that I don't ever have to do that. But Nemen just seems like a really good tech choice for my personal opinion. I do see some people play her at 2, and that's their choice. I prefer Nemen at 1. As for grade 1s, we played 4 Abyssal Owl. Abyssal Owl is the Luard assist, meaning if you do not have Luard in hand, you can check the top, when it's called from your hand, check the top 7 for Luard, add it to hand, then you discard cards to equal grade 3. So it could potentially help you set up Ritual fast, while searching for the main grade 3 you have. And on top of that, if this card is retired due to an Luard skill, and Heart does count, you get to countercharge 1. So you could do some ridiculous plays with this thing just by like countercharging up to 2, maybe 3 that I've seen and I've done. Next up, my favorite grade 1 is 4 Knees. 4 Knees is amazing. What it does is that if it's called from deck, it gains +2, and then if you're RGB1, after the battle, you counterblast 1, retire the unit that it boosted, then draw a card. So 4 Knees does set up for advantage and as well as good numbers. Next up, we played 2 Swordbreaker. Swordbreaker does produce a lot of advantage, and you could call this and recycle it, like easy from the deck, even if you draw it. But I feel like playing 3 is too much. 1 is 2 less, and 4 you really don't need 4. So 2 Swordbreaker is really good. After she's called, she's a good sacrificing card, which is pretty good in my opinion. Next up, I play 1 of the Stride Enabler. Luard does say that at the beginning of your ride phase, so you can return 2, then you play Stride for free. So just in case you don't have that Ritual 1, you could go ahead and you have this in your hand, you could Stride with it if you don't want to discard a grade 3, and then if you discard it, it is a grade 1, so it does set up for Ritual. That's why I still play 1 of it. And then finally, we play 4 of the Ritual Perfect Guard. This card is actually stupidly good. We're just doing out what it does. It's a regular Vanguard, regular Sentinel, so protect your Vanguard, can't be hit. Then its other ability is what makes it really good. Is that Ritual 3, if you have 2 copies in your drop zone, you could pay the cost, which is retire 1 of your rear guards, target 1, or not even target, just place 1 to the bottom of the deck, and then add 1 back to your hand. So it gives you a really good perfect guard. And it has saved me really late game where I actually had all 4 of them in the drop zone, that I went ahead and did this skill twice, that I ended up with 2 perfect guard just in case my opponent was going to survive and then go on to their turn. And it helped me win the game at that point. So Esra is really good. I actually think a lot of Shadow Paladin decks are playing that as of right now. And then as for the trigger lineup, we play 4 heal triggers, OG. We play 4 Howl Owl, because it is a deck that needs soul. So Howl, really good. And then 8 critical triggers, being all the OG ones again. The reason why I don't play the stand trigger anymore, I played the stand trigger, I tried the Ritual one, didn't work out. And I also tried the sack it and count as 2, didn't really need it. So that's why I play 8 critical. Like 8 critical is just way too good for Shadow Paladins. And that takes care of the main deck. And as for the Stride deck, I'll explain some tech choices. We play 4 Drag Driver Luard. This card's stupid. You Soul Blast one on Stride, you Soul Blast 1, flip a card face up in your G zone, and you call that many grade 1s for every face up Drag Driver Luard. And then the number of grade 1s that you call, or the grade 1 that the grade 1s that are called from its effect, it gains plus 1000 for each grade 1 in the drop zone. So it can swing for stupid numbers as it goes up. Now, I do see a lot of people just go Luard, flip Luard, Luard, flip Luard, or well, this is at 3, so you get 3. Just in case you guys don't know, you don't have to flip Luard. First Stride of Luard you should, but you could go second and third doing it. It's kind of like a Blade Master Titan in a way, but you play 4, but you play 4 Luard. Next up, I play 1 Orgeyser Doomed and 1 Orgeyser Dragon. I was playing originally 2 Orgeizers, but then the soul thing kind of hurt me. And then as for him, retiring 3 units is not such a big deal. That it's fine. That this card is really good. And then you can replenish your field and still swing for good amount of numbers. Next up, play 2 Carnivore Dragon. Decent card. Also could be a first turn stride. If you don't go into Doomed. But with him, choose one of your guards, retire it. Your opponent tribute or retires 2, and if they don't, your front row gains +4. Can swing for good numbers. Next up, we play 2 Phantom Blaster Diablo, or was it Dark Dragon Phantom Blaster Diablo? Yeah. Pretty basic. He's a end gamer. Mid end gamer is still Dark Dragon Spectral Blaster Diablo. I don't really go into him, but when I do, it helps out. And the card I usually flip up with him is Seabreeze. This is a stride-based deck, so you do need a Seabreeze. Next up, we play 3 Plotmaker, easy 25k shield, and 1 Dismal for the VMAX play. Originally, I was probably going to play this as a Screw You, but then I started playing the second Carnivore, and it helped out during endgame. So it was really cool to just do that instead of playing a 5th G-Guardian. But I'm still on the fence of how I want to play this deck. But as of right now, this is my version 1. Actually, my version 1.5, because I changed a few, just a little bit of things. But yeah. Tell me what you guys think of my Shadow Paladin deck, and leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Team Max Kingdom. Tell me what decks you guys want to see, and I'll try to do my best to get it to you guys. So guys, this is Joe with Team Max Kingdom, signing out.